Today we're back with a brand new installment of what we call it, Am I Wrong? Kind of like a husband versus wife perspective of a story on Reddit. And is there any kind of a difference of opinion, possibly?
Maybe, maybe not.
And your at home could be completely different. So here is the title of today's story.
Okay.
Am I in the wrong for not watching my husband's kids so he can go on a trip?
Okay.
Uh-oh. Okay. When my husband and I met, he made it clear to me that he wasn't looking for someone to be a parent to his children. His kids had 2 parents already. He was just looking for someone that he could have a relationship with, that could be a positive role model. We dated, got married. Everything was fine. I wasn't allowed to discipline his kids. I also wasn't responsible for them. His ex had primary custody and he just had them on the weekends, and typically he spent his time taking them out and stuff. His ex died in a car accident last year. We now have sole custody. I'm fine stepping up and doing more for them. I cook for them, help with the homework here and there. He's upset because he never really wanted kids. They're twins, and being a full-time parent stinks. He wants me to do school drop-offs so he can get more sleep, but that's not really what I signed up for. He's the one who told me he doesn't want another parent for his kids. His friend's bachelor party is next weekend. They're going out of town for the weekend and he wants me to watch his kids for 3 days. I told him no. I don't want to spend my weekend wrangling 2 6-year-olds by myself. They will probably be upset with him gone. They've never been away from both parents before, and they've been extra clean to him since their mom died. I know they'd probably spend the whole weekend crying. He thinks I'm being a major meanie because he wants a break, and he can never make up missing that weekend. I think he's not being fair to me or his kids. I don't think going golfing and going to a club with friends should be more important than your young children. Am I in the wrong?
Well, scroll back to that first paragraph. Okay, so she talks about her now husband saying that he wasn't looking for a parent for his children, but then she goes on and says that he was looking for someone who could be a positive role model. So right there tells me that he is looking for someone to be a parent or someone,
an adult,
someone in the children's lives. Okay.
Yeah.
Now the disciplining thing is challenging for the other party, the step parent, and that disciplining part. So I think that that's a challenge regardless.
Mm-hmm.
But then it goes on to say his ex had primary.
She had primary.
So she had primary
for
custody
6 years,
but then she passed away
last year.
Okay. And now they have sole custody.
And now he wants her to step up and do more for them.
But she says that he never even wanted kids.
Yes.
So, I'm sorry, but how would the children feel? And how is it that they are making those children feel? Because the stepmom doesn't want to be a mom. Now the dad's saying he never wanted kids. And these poor 6-year-olds are feeling that energy. They're getting that. That is so wrong for both of these individuals. And I feel like she married the guy. She knew that he had children. You also have to know there is a balance in a relationship of you need time to be able to go out. I need time to be able to go out. And that sometimes means that the other person watches the children.
I don't see any problem with her watching the kids for a weekend.
I don't either.
I honestly don't. I mean, she signed up. She got married to a man with kids. Even though he wanted kids as long as his ex-wife had custody, he was the weekend parent,
right?
But for him just to want a weekend off, I don't see anything wrong with that. And as a loving spouse, you should be, I mean, if it was an every weekend or every month thing where he
Right.
goes for a week, I'd be like, oh, no. Like, yeah. But anyway, there's a lot of updates.
So I feel like,
lot of updates.
just from where we're at right now, I feel like this is a very young couple, a very immature couple.
They never say their age.
It to me, just based on the way that they're talking, they sound like a young couple and a very self-centered,
Yeah.
it's all about me kind of couple and not thinking about the children.
Yes. So update number 1.
Okay.
A lot of you have said that the way things are currently aren't working, and I agree. To this day, I'm still not allowed to discipline the twins. And the other day, he yelled at them for accidentally calling me mom. So,
Yeah.
It seems like he just wants to keep being the weekend dad and wants me to be the nanny, not their mom. So he wants her to be during the week mom, and then he's the weekend dad, kind of. I sat down and had a talk with him this morning about what we want in the future. He said that he wants me to step up and do more for the kids. I brought up the topic of them possibly calling me mom and legally adopting them. Because without me adopting them, if we divorce ever, I'll have no rights to seeing them. I don't want to become a parent to kids that I have no rights to. He said that them calling me mom and me adopting them would be disrespectful to his ex's memory. We talked some more, but he absolutely refused. He just wants me to watch them more so he can have more free time. Still can't discipline them. So I told him that in that case, I will no longer be doing any childcare for him and I'll be rethinking our relationship. He's absolutely livid and thinks I'm overreacting. We'll see how it goes. There's trouble in paradise.
There's big trouble in paradise.
I mean, she actually wants to step up now and adopt and be the mom.
But does she really?
I don't know.
I mean,
I don't know.
I feel like
that's what she said.
I feel like she's talking tongue in cheek. You know, it's one of those things like, well, I do, but I don't.
Well, I mean, she didn't want to be the parent to the kids. Okay, cool. I get it. But if she becomes the parent and they divorce in 10 years and she has no legal rights to him, then she'll never see the kids and then she's attached to him at that point. That's probably what she's thinking, though.
But she is a parent. She is a step parent to those children. She will never be their biological parent.
No.
But she is a parent to those children because obviously she's built a relationship with them. They're calling her, they want to call her mom.
If she built something strong with them, I mean, strong for like a decade, and they did divorce when the kids would be 16, then if they had that bond with her, the kids wouldn't let that bond go.
Right.
They would still view her as like the new mom or, mom number 2. That if there actually was that strong bond, even on paper it wasn't a legal mom situation, the kids would still be like, please don't leave us, at least.
Right.
So that'd be up to the kids and the stepmom to form
build that relationship.
that bond,
right.
So that no matter what happens between her and the husband, they have that bond.
Right. I agree with that.
Oh, wait a minute. There's a whole other update.
Oh, gosh.
There's a whole new post.
I struggle a little bit with her bringing up wanting to adopt them when there's already trouble in paradise in the marriage, and then you're bringing in. I mean, you have to be. I feel like if a couple is going to adopt the other's children because of a situation like this or whatever it may be, you have to be on rock solid foundation.
Mm-hmm.
Like rock solid foundation. The same like with foster care and all of that. Your relationship has to be strong and you have to be on the same page in most aspects.
Yes.
And they are not.
Well,
okay.
She made a whole new post.
Oh boy.
Update. We're getting a divorce.
That doesn't surprise me.
Many of you said that the arrangement we had before wasn't working. Actually, this was done 2 days after her original post.
Wow, that was fast.
Yeah, pretty fast. Many of you said arrangement wasn't working and the children need us to step up and be good parents, and I agreed. My husband, however, wants me to do the child care chores, school pickups and drop-offs, laundry, making dinner, etc., but won't let the kids call me mom. They've done it on accident and he's yelled at them. He won't let me adopt them and I can't discipline them. I can't put them in timeout for bad behavior. Basically, He wants me to do the chores to make his life easier while he's their only real parent. I mentioned to him my concerns that I don't think it's fair to them to deny them a mother when they obviously want one. I also don't want to build a stronger emotional bond with the children that I have no legal rights to. I couldn't imagine that I become their full-time caretaker and then we get divorced. I never get to see them again. That wouldn't be fair to me or them. The woes of being a step-parent, I guess. Despite all my concerns, he's not budging. I've told him that in that case, I want a divorce. I contacted a divorce attorney that's a personal friend yesterday, and I was advised to give him 30 days notice to move out before starting an eviction process. The house is mine from before we were married. My husband is mad because I'm the breadwinner. She makes $200,000 a year to his $40,000 a year, and he can't afford to house his children in the same school district and give them the same quality of life. He wants me to give him my house for the sake of the children, yet I don't think he's ever cared that much about what's best for them. I'm terribly sorry for the kids that their mom died and their dad stinks as a parent, but I can't resolve myself to be an unpaid babysitter for their sake. It's obvious I wasn't being viewed as an equal partner. I think I'm done dating parents. My cat is done dealing with kids too, and she made one update. Edit, guys, he's not getting alimony. I live in an anti-alimony state, and we were married for a year. We also have a prenup. I have a good lawyer. I don't need the, oh, he's definitely getting alimony comments. So.
Well, that happened very fast.
Very fast. She's already contacted a divorce attorney, her friend.
So
that was fast.
It sounds... I'm
really fast.
I'm filling in holes, which I probably shouldn't do, but it sounds like the conversations became very contentious.
Yep.
And
there was no going back.
No. And but just based upon how she's phrasing things, and obviously she's phrasing things for him in these.
Yes.
I feel like both of them are very immature.
They sound like both need a wake-up call. I mean, they're not a good partnership. And actually, it's possible, too, that he might have married her because she sounds like she's got a fantastic job, makes 5 times what he makes, probably owned a decent-sized house. So he wanted a wife, makes good cash, takes care of him financially, the kids and everything, and if that's what he wanted, he should have been a little bit nicer, it sounds like.
I just kind of feel like from the get-go, it was kind of like, well, they want a dating relationship. They don't want a marriage. They want the friendship and the companionship of one another. And they went ahead and got married instead of just being like, okay, we're going to commit to one another, but it's not going to be, when I have my kids on the weekend, I have my kids on the weekend, and, you can come over when I don't have my kids. If that's what he was wanting, and it sounds like from both of their sides, that's kind of what they both wanted. They didn't want a true marriage.
No, with responsibilities of having kids and families.
Yeah.
No.
And
they're both probably mid-20s. Since the kids are 6, maybe he had the kids at 18, 19, 17. So, I mean, they do sound very young and immature that they both aren't ready to be parents. Both of them.
And
they're not ready.
It bothers me the way that she phrases this. And I'm not coming after her. I'm just saying it bothers me the way that she phrases the fact that she is babysitting the children. You're married to the guy. They're his kids. They're your stepkids. You don't babysit. You take care of them. You love them. It's not babysitting. It's not a job. You're not getting anything. You're not getting money in return for watching the kids.
Yeah.
And that bothers me when people say, well, I'm babysitting, my stepkid. No, you're taking care of them like you would as a parent. Because that's what you are. You're a step-parent. When you marry someone with children, you become a step-parent. This whole thing is a mess.
I think it was 2 people that had no business getting married. Two people that want 2 completely different things in life. And she needs to understand that if she marries somebody with a parent, it's okay for them to say, can I have a weekend off to go to a bachelor party with my friends? You shouldn't be like, no. I mean, that's being controlling on her part.
Correct.
That's being very controlling, saying, no, you cannot have fun, have a weekend off to go have fun. You have to watch your kids.
But then from her side, him trying to make her do, I mean, she's saying this, so...
But you don't,
You don't know.
His side could be completely
you have to fill,
different.
you know, obviously we're getting a one-angle perspective.
Well, the truth is in the middle somewhere.
But we don't even have this side. So we don't know where the middle is.
Yeah,
all we have is her
know.
side. But I mean, from what she says, him, you know, expecting her to do all of these things on top of watching the children and that kind of thing. I mean, I want to believe some of that because it sounds like there's an immaturity on both parts, and maybe he doesn't put forth a lot of effort in the house, you know, taking care of things. But
I don't know.
I don't know. This whole they both have a lot of growing up to do.
So in this case, I say they are both in the wrong. There is no party that's correct. There's no party that's correct. They are both in the wrong for different aspects of the relationship.
Yeah, and
both of them are wrong. And it's best that they split.
If I like look at it from an outsider's view, I would say both of them need to spend a lot of time reflecting on the relationship, reflecting on themselves, growing themselves, you know, and maturing before you jump into any kind of other marriage, because otherwise you're just gonna fail every single time because you have to be mature.
Yep.
That's just my opinion.
And they lack that.
I mean, it sounds like they do.
So that was our interpretation of this story. What are your views? What's your comments? What do you think? It could be completely different than what we think. I'd be curious to hear. So feel free to comment down below. What's your views?
We'll see you next time.